I'm going to try to come up with an argument here for you. First of all, I think that the reason that people aren't attacking things like that is because if it's your argument, you get to make the definitions. So the definitions don't have to work for us in order for them to work for you. They only have to work for us if we're dealing with your argument. And so, yeah, if you set those up as the definitions that you're using, then that's great. Those are the definitions that you're using. But as far as the definitions themselves go, I would disagree with that as them being actually like that in reality, because I think that it seems to me that being rational is, I guess, making decisions that could possibly be right decisions. You're making sure that you're not making any decision which is necessarily false. And being reasonable, on the other hand, would be making decisions which are likely to be true. And so it's rational to say that a purple elephant is dancing a jig in the corner, but it's certainly not reasonable. And being logical, well, the both of those depend on that in their own respective ways. The rational side would depend on deductive logic, and the reasonable side would depend on inductive logic. And yeah, I do think that the broad strokes that you're painting there, to say that in order to be reasonable, you simply have to have a reason. Well, I mean, you can come up with a reason for anything. You have to say that you actually have to think that the reason is right, which leads to acting as though, or acting in the choice that you think is likely. And so, yeah, I think that it's pretty close to what you were saying. It stems from it, but I definitely think that to be logical, well, to be rational or to be reasonable, you have to be logical on some level. You can be logical on your own. I mean, you can make a logic puzzle, or you can fill out a logic puzzle with no reason at all. You can do all sorts of proofs that don't actually symbolize anything, but it would still be being logical. But unless you're actually doing that for the reason of improving your mental capacity or exercising your brain, then that wouldn't be acting rationally or reasonably in any way. But I can't see any situation in which you can be rational or reasonable without being logical as well.